All right, so what is Baravor going to do now? Almost killed Gothmog. That's pretty freaking awesome. So because of the magic of video, you folks don't know I haven't videoed for a little while, but a couple things are different here. First off, I actually got some new figures. So I got this gentleman right here, who I painted. Finally, right? You say, geez, finally you painted a freaking figure, Finbar. But this is going to be my Nazgul. It is really hard to focus. There we go. There he is. So painted him all up. This is from Black Raven Foundry, actually. Got that nice garbage can in the background there for you folks. But really fantastic figures from those folks. I'll put a see how close I can get in here. I will put a link in the description for you. I know they're not supposed to have flaming manes and a flaming tail, but I wanted to paint it like that. It just looked like that's how it was telling me to paint it. So anyway, these figures are awesome. They're really small, but in a lot of detail, as you can see. So pretty cool. So that's going to be my Nazgul. Actually, I could show you what he looks like. So this is, I think I showed you this already, but that's the Nazguls that came with it. Again, these are really nice figures, but, well, I'm not going to harp on their size. So I'll put my Nazgul right there. Bam, much better. And then I also got the Witch King, who's not in the game yet. Witch King is the last being to come out, but this is a Black Raven Foundry Witch King that I painted. And, I just did a quick paint job of these guys. I didn't do any highlighting. I just did some base coating and a little bit of a wash, actually. So, but they came out great. I feel like for board game, like, not miniatures style great, but just board game great. And I love their little figures. They look awesome. All right. Anyway, oh, and the other thing is, I shaved my beard. Why would you do that in mid-video? I had to shave my beard. So anyway, there you have it. Sorry to shock you folks with all this face. But anyway, okay. So back to the game. So what is Baravor going to do? Well, I think I decided that Baravor. See, Baravor. The thing is, she could actually come down. See, the thing about Baravor is right now she has a hella lot of favor, right? So she really should be dislodging all these plots all up in this piece, right? This one or this one. But the other thing is she is really close right now. So close, she can actually get to her advanced quest, which is right here. So, and the thing is, I cleverly left her with 2 mountains to move with, and she can get to the ruins of Agmar with those 2 mountains, right? Because she was just in a battle, but I saved those. So I think what she's going to do, and you guys might be saying, oh my god, that's a crazy move, but I think what she's going to do is go do her advanced quest. Not just to do her advanced quest, but because to win the game, the characters have to complete their starting and advanced quest, both, right? And this is the only quest left to do that, and I think because she's so close to it right now, she's just going to jump up there and do it. And then right after that, it's just going to be, plot destroying machine for Baravor. So anyway, the problem is that because Gothmog is over here, Gothmog's really awesome ability is all non-haven locations within 1 space are considered perilous, right? Well, it wouldn't matter actually, because what I'm noticing is, see, if she went down here, the Gladden Fields would have been perilous because they're within 1 of him. But these, where she's going to go anyway to Mount Gundabad and then flip up into the ruins of Angmar, which have a very interesting history, by the way. And that would be actually just, those are perilous anyway. So I'm just going to do that. She's going to get rid of her, get rid of the deadly finesse. Doesn't really matter at this point. And she's going to slide up into Mount Gundabad, at which time me gets to pick some peril. So that's Moria. That's not gonna No problem. Wow, and Baradur. Interesting. All right. So if this one does not have anything to do with her location, she's going to get off scot-free. Wah, any location, Baravor. So we're going to use this one. An unexpected betrayal. The eyes at... Oh, okay, so we had this one already. Well, you know, it's a board game, folks, so sometimes you go through the decks. But what does this one do? The hero must choose to either be dealt 5 damage or allow Sauron to draw 1 plot card and 1 shadow card. That's going to be 5 damage, definitely. Just got a whole pack here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. By the way, this one here is, that's the old Witch King, the one that came with it, really fantastic. And this is my new Witch King. Just to show you the difference in size there. Interesting, right? There's another Black Raven Foundry one that I painted too. You want to see their figures, they're just awesome. Okay, so that one, all right, 5 damage, and she's going to keep moving. So now she moves here, gets rid of her last brutal finisher, and I need to pick 3. She is in the ruins of Angmar. Imagine that, all alone. Any location in the Misty Mountains or Mirkwood. And where is she now? Gray Mountains. Okay, that doesn't work. Any location, that'll work. Any location, that'll work. All right, so I'm gonna figure out what to do here. All right, we're gonna pick this one. Any location, Orc scouts. He awoke, head pounding, wounded. The constricting mesh of some loathsome sinew twisted into his flesh. An orc, small and cunning, knelt down before him, licking its serrated knife. Its breath a foul air of dying things. Foul air of dying things, that's awesome. Are you ready to sing the songs of Mordor? The orc hissed. Then long, sharp hours of pain followed. Yeah. The hero gains 1 corruption card. Then shuffle this card and the discard pile into the peril deck. All right, will do. And 1 corruption card for Baragor. Well, that's not too bad. Bam. Isolated. You may not consult with characters or trade with other heroes. That is not bad at all for Baragor, actually, right at this point. Okay. And Baragor, remember, does not get to pick a card from over here because that's perilous location. All right, so we are now again in the story step, and look at how close they are to winning. This is like crazy. These guys move ahead too. Bam, look at that. You're right at the Shadow Falls area. And here we have the Hunt for the Ring moving ahead 2 and Corruption moving ahead 2. So we got Hunt for the Ring, Corruption. All right. And then we have the plot step, which at this point, thank God, or the Saruman falls to corruption. So this one, to get this one down, as long as I have the Saruman falls to corruption plot card to be active, right? Saruman falls to corruption. Yeah, I set that up. And that's going to be my 3rd plot. Put that right there. So number 3 goes to Edoras, which is right here, which I haven't really protected very well. Yeah, protect those plots, kids. That's a really big part of it. The other thing to remember, I need to either get this guy, the Ringwraith, all the way up to the Shire, or I need to get some influence into the Shire. 6 influence in the Shire. Yeah. So, I mean, if I even have a chance here, which it doesn't look too good right now. But anyway, we'll see. So, I don't know. See, this Ringwraith, all painted and pretty, could actually be part of me protecting this whole situation. So, getting influence there. Ooh, that's not going to be easy. Okay. So, yep. story step, plot step. Now we have the event. And as always, we're gonna, or not always, but pretty much in this game so far, we're gonna pick the lowest. Ooh, we got a number 4. That should be good for Sauron. All right. See what happens here. There is strength yet. What? Come on, man. This is a 4. This is supposed to be a low card and good for the freaking Sauron player. Don't tell them there's strength. There is no strength in men. None. Tell me quickly, if you may, what goes forward? Whither has my lord gone? Baragond. Return to the king. Tell me quickly, if you may, what goes forward? Whither has my lord gone? I'm gonna have to admit, folks, I don't know what he's talking about. He's talking about Aragorn? Whither has my lord? I don't know. Leave me a comment. Let me know what that means. I don't know who that is, and I don't know actually what they're talking about. The heroes may move one. They stumped me. The heroes may move one character to an adjacent location that is not a shadow stronghold. Remove all influence and monsters from the location. Jeez, what? That's a low card. Man, that sucks. Heroes may move one character to an adjacent location that is not a shadow stronghold. Yep. Remove all influence and monster tokens from that location. All influence and monster. Wow. Okay, favor in the mouth of the Grey Flood and in Amon Hen. The mouth of the Grey Flood. I remember where that is. That's where Denethor is. And Amon Hen. Where is Amon Hen at this point? Amon Hen. Right there. Alright. Pretty much anywhere the characters go, there's going to be influence for them to take. I'm going to figure this one out. Okay, so I think what they're going to do is move Gandalf. So there's no characters that are actually adjacent to influence. This is not adjacent right here. So they can't remove influence. Although that would be an interesting... If you remove all influence from a location, does it break the chains? I mean, I guess it would break the chains. But unfortunately, for them, there's no... they can't do that. So I think what they're going to do is move Gandalf here to an adjacent location, just so when Barivor comes down, they'll be able to go the good 1-2 punch, or maybe even 1-3 punch to Gandalf, Tharbad, and Denethor right here. Although Denethor is not in a good spot because that's like an end spot, and then you'd have to backtrack. So, and doesn't have a boat. So anyway, I think that's what's going to happen there. That was disappointing. Disappointing event. All right, Sauron turn. Well, first, now remember, I have to get the 6 influence in the Shire, because this guy is never going to get up to the Shire. There's just no way. All right, I've decided that. So first, I'm going to get 6 influence. Right there, and I'm going to put 1 here, of course. Now, what's interesting is this is a very difficult decision. I might want to put more than 1 there. No, I can't. That's right, because we're not in this third, so I can only put 1 there, which is too bad because they keep taking 1 off, making me not be able to do that or that. Anyway, I'm going to just, I guess, chance it, whatever. And then, and I have to start putting these up toward the Shire because it's going to be very difficult for me to get. See, to get 6 in the Shire, you have to connect the Shire to Barad-dûr, right? Well, that's very thematic, actually. Again, this game is so cool that it's thematic. So anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm tempted to put 1 in Helm's Deep just because they might try and sneak around and get, I don't know. And I'm going to end up putting him over there, so she's going to get stopped, probably. But anyway, yeah, I better just get these up there. So let's see. From Barad-dûr, it's actually connected pretty well already all the way around here. I did good with my influence. I mean, that's connected all the way through here, right? Let's just make sure. There, Mount Doom, Siva Doom. Here to here to here. Gap of Rohan, Dunland, yeah. Oh wait, that's not a good way to go. If I go to Aurigian, then 1, 2, I'd have to go anyway. So we're going to put this in Tharbad. And we're going to put one in Bree. Look, I'm up to Bree already. Old Forest. And the Shire. I'll put one more in the Shire. I got to get 6 in there somehow before. Now, the problem is now they might keep busting this chain. But remember, when you bust the chain, you just bring them all down to 1. Anyway, I don't think you've seen that yet, but probably going to start doing it. Okay, so that's that. And now I'm going to move minions, which is command up to 2 minions. Monster tokens. All right, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm definitely going to put... This guy can move 2. All right. That's right? Yeah. All right. You know, I just forgot something, actually. Barivore did her advanced quest. Reward, gain 2 favor and 1 level of agility. Don't forget that, kids. Okay, so 1 level agility. So Barivore's now at 3. What did I say? 2? Gain 2 favor. Look at Barivore, she's literally covered in favor. Alright, and for my second move over here, I think I'm kind of needing to move this gentleman right over here. From Minas Tirith to Dunharrow. Yeah, I guess you'll see why soon. I don't know, I'm not in such a great shape right now because of these plots being very difficult to defend against, but I'm going to try. So we just did a hero draw, and this is the card I'm telling you about. This is like the most powerful card in the game, Retreat, as far as these hero cards go. If you do not take damage this round, you may end the battle, move to an adjacent location, and then continue your turn. That's like unbelievable. See? Eleanor, she's tricky. She doesn't mess around. She can retreat. Fight another day, folks. Alright, so that was the draw step. Now we got the rest step. And Eleanor wants to get rid of some of these things, but she also needs to... I mean, she's in a bad spot right now, and she knows it, right? She's at an endpoint location in Barad-dûr. She had to do that to get her quest so that she can finish her mission, so that they can win the game. But now, look at this. She's in a place where if she moves, which she's going to have to, she's got the Nazgul to deal with, right? But, you know, what else are you going to do, really? And anyway, she has an ace in the hole right here. She has a retreat card. So as long as she doesn't take damage, she can then keep moving, and maybe even remove this plot. Who knows? See, I'm trying to get the Mouth of Sauron into Nindalf, but I just didn't have enough to do that and also get him over here. So, oh my god, this is so great. So, the thing is, she wants to rest to get rid of some of these, but if she does that, she's going to have to get rid of some favor. And she doesn't have a way of getting favor, actually, before she gets over to these plots, other than trading with Barivore, who obviously has enough to trade. Although Barivore can't trade, but Barivore's gonna heal, definitely. So that's an interesting thing. But no matter what, she does need to get rid of some of these. I mean, it's really bad to have these, and she knows that. So it's no big deal to, when you heal, you have to put the most back one up, but that's no big deal because they can see that that's obviously not what I'm going for, the mustering one. So that's no big deal, right? I don't know. I'm going to have to roll for that, actually, because I think it's difficult for me to tell whether... I mean, I don't even know, thinking right now, whether it's better to... I mean, agility, wisdom is reduced, or agility is reduced. She definitely needs to get rid of this wisdom is reduced, because I'm going to keep making things perilous for her. And this is a really bad one. That one kind of sucks, too. I mean, they're all pretty bad. I guess the agility one is not that terrible. But I don't know. I guess I think it's probably a good idea for her to do that. I mean, let's see, with 3, that's exactly what she needs to... Well, actually, she needs 5 anyway. So she wouldn't have enough to dislodge the plots she wants to dislodge anyway. Although where's she going to get the extra 2? If she, I mean, now she gets rid of 2 more. Wow, that's going to, then she'll have to get 4. I mean, no matter what, I think she's going to have to trade. Because there's really no characters around here, and there's, unfortunately for them, in this area, there's not a whole lot of favor to be had, really. I think the trading is really what's going to save them. But, I don't know. Yeah, again, I'm just going to, I'll probably give it like, I think it's probably a good idea for her to try to start getting rid of these cards, definitely. She's kind of, in a way, it's very perilous to have this many cards because you know you can keep getting hit with very terrible shadow cards. That whole mechanic plays off of that, as we saw. So I'm going to say on a 1 to 4 instead of a 1 to 3, she's going to use some of these to get rid of those. So 1 to 4. Nope. She's going to brave it. Eleanor's like, the hell with it. I'm going to keep these, so I'm going to be able to get rid of some plots. So she's not going to do that. And she actually has a, like a full deck and a full hand, so she doesn't really need to heal anyway. So, all right, well, what she's going to do is she is going to go and move into this area to right into Mount Doom, man. Eleanor is badass because she has to, to be able to start dislodging plots and doing anything. She can't she's useless, so she just stays there. You might say too, well, they're so close, they don't even have to do anything and they're going to win the game, right? But that's really never true. You can never really think that in this game. It looks like that, like, wow, there's just like a few more turns and we move 2 at a time. He's never going to, but these add up, man. These plot cards really start adding up. And the thing about the Sauron player is those, it's very dangerous for him to start getting a lot of plots of the same type down because, just in 4 turns, this guy here, this corruption, can move very, very fast. So, so she can't just sit there. And again, she has the retreat card. So she's going to move here. Look at Eleanor. She knows that the ring wraith is there and she don't give a damn. Which, by the way, that's perilous, but it doesn't matter because I'm just going to attack with a minion. Okay, so you know what? I mean, this would normally be a battle here, but play at the start of combat involving a minion. I got this Black Breath, right, which costs 8, which finally, God, I have 8 in there. They didn't take it out. By the way, I think I told you about this artwork is great. Play at the start of combat involving minion. The hero receives 1 corruption card. Until the end of the battle, the hero has -1 strength and -1 agility for each corruption card on him, right? So that's very bad for her. So she gets a corruption card first off. All right, another one. I gave her a 1 to 4, man. Chances were she was going to take that off there, take one of these off, but she didn't want it. Wretched. Oh my god. Oh my gosh, your turn immediately ends. Sauron may then choose to move you to the nearest haven, then shuffle this card and the discard pile back into the corruption deck. Wow, that's actually really interesting. I didn't know that a corruption card could end your turn. I knew that that peril cards like this one could that's probably not focusing on it. Peril cards could end your turn, but I didn't know corruption cards were. That was really bad. Wretched. Wow, that was really terrible. So that ends her turn. Now I can start her off in the nearest haven, but why would I want to do that? That's exactly what I don't want to do because that's going to put her in Minas Tirith, which is exactly what I was worried about because if she got defeated there, she was just going to go to Minas Tirith, right? And that actually puts her closer. This is a funny thing in this game. Sometimes it's actually good to get defeated. In certain circumstances, it's good to get defeated to go to a haven because that puts you closer to like cool stuff like this. That's why I put him there, right? Because I thought she might end up in Minas Tirith, and then that was going to block her from going this way and dislodging these plots. Although she could just sidestep, that's why I need to get Mouth of Sauron into Nindalf. But it didn't matter because that actually worked in Sauron's favor there. So now she's going to wake up and she's going to have the ring wraith to deal with right there, which is awesome. That's great. Okay. But her turn ended. So do not pass go. Okay, so now it's Berevor's turn. Barivore is definitely, she's not in a shadow stronghold. She's in a powerless location. That's okay. She's going to heal. And the cool thing about her is when you rest, or she's just going to rest. When you rest in a non-haven location, you may heal or receive training, right? So she's not even in a haven, and she can heal, which is great. And that's what she's going to do, because look, she only has one card left in her life pool. So she was actually in a very dangerous spot. You know what's interesting? I wonder if I should throw this card at her right away. Play at the start of a hero's turn. A hero must combat a giant spider. No, I'm going to keep this. Wow. Actually, you know what? That would really be great right now, but I feel like I need this as kind of an ace in the whole card. If they have at least 2 corruption cards, they do a cave troll. Get giant spider isn't as bad. That's a difficult decision too. See how this game is? It's just filled with these very frustrating decisions that are awesome. I think I might not do that, and I might just let Barivore go ahead on her merry way here. Maybe? I'm just afraid of Barivore being able to get all the way down to dislodge this number 2 plot. That's what I'm really afraid of. I don't know actually what's in this stack. Right now she just drew the cards, but let me think about that. No, I think I'm going to save that one. I think that's going to really save me later on. So, yeah, I think Barivore's just going to heal. So we get to move all the stuff back in here. We do have to put this up one. Oh boy, how terrible for Sauron. And shuffle this. And get rid of this isolated card. That costs 2. I think she can afford it. Although she's kind of pregnant with these things, she's holding for 2 right here because she's going to probably want to trade some of these with Eleanor. So it's not too ridiculous that she has that many. Okay. So now she's going to need to get down and get close to dislodging these plots as close as possible. What's great is, I mean, look at all these characters she has on the way to meet with, and she doesn't even have to get near this gentleman, which is great because then that would be perilous. So get rid of strategize for that one because it's a sun. And then she needs to go here and get rid of a hill for Gandalf. And we have cards right here. Gain 1 wisdom or 2. See, that's interesting. I mean, normally it's better, I feel like, almost always to get favor. But that might be actually a really good thing to get the extra wisdom. Because her wisdom is quite low, and that makes a lot of places perilous. And she has, I mean, don't think that that's too much favor, because remember, the higher, I mean, like that needs 6 alone to get rid of, so, yeah, I'm going to say 1 to 4, get wisdom, 5 or 6, favor. Alright, favor it is. These guys are crazy. They're not messing around here, folks. So that's Gandalf. And then now she's going to go down here and get this favor. And get rid of another hill, which she doesn't have. So let's see here. She has to get rid of 2 cards. Let's take this favor. Not perilous. And, well, then she needs 1 of anything. And then a sun. Doesn't look like we're going to need a lot of those. Alright, and then, now, see, it's interesting. She could go down to get this from Denethor, but then she'd have to backtrack back up. And it would take 2 suns, which she doesn't have, and then 3 of a card. So I think this is a little bit too difficult to get to for that one. Or actually, she'd get 3 favor for this. It doesn't make sense to move the marker ahead 1 space at this point, because if you calculate the turns where that goes ahead 2 at once, it probably wouldn't make a difference. So Well, actually, that's kind of interesting because she'd be getting 3 more favor, and there's not a whole lot of favor to be had down here, and she's going to have, although she doesn't know this. I mean, these take 5. That's 10 favor. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, she doesn't have enough right there. And the thing is, right now, she's not going to be able to get to this plot. I thought she was going to be able to, but look, there's no connector here between Dunland and Isengard. So she'd actually have to go down here, or here, to Dunland, or to Enedwaith Plains, then to the Gap of Rohan, and then here. And she only has 2 cards. A sun and a forest. So, I mean, the sun can get her here, or anything can get her there. Yeah, so she wouldn't be able to do that anyway. So should she use her sun to go here and just get hella... And then next turn, sun, any card, sun. Or should she just try and get as close as possible? I'm going to say on a 1 or a 2, she's going to get that from Denethor. Because remember, she has like very few. And there's not a whole lot of ways of getting it around this. I mean, you could take a dark path too, but that's quite dangerous too. So, yeah, 1 or a 2. I'm going to say she visits with Denethor. It might be beneficial to do that. I don't know. Should I just give it a 1? I don't know. We'll say a 1 or a 2. All right. Yeah. So she's going to go into. Actually, what also might be good is hanging out in the Gap of Rohan, because then she can get rid of all this in it. Or, let's see here. So okay. So she has a sun and a forest. So no matter what, she could use a sun to go here, and then a forest isn't going to do any good, right? Or she could use the forest to go here, and then the sun to go here, right? That puts her at the Gap of Rohan. And I think it also will disturb this chain. So that's a good idea. She's going to go here to Dunland, and then she's going to get to the Gap of Rohan, right? This is actually a very smart move. So that's forest and sun. Worked out good for her. So what she did there is she's getting actually close. And you say, well, do you have a bunch of these? Well, no, actually, I don't have any that are going to freaking help with that. And these I can't use because they're too high of influence. Yeah. So, right, so she's going to end her turn here, which means that eventually these are going to go away, which means that this chain is broken. So these all go down to 1. So the Shire one will go down to 1. I mean, she doesn't really know what's going on with the whole Shire thing. I mean, unless you played the game before, you would know, but I don't know, chances are she might not know that, but she's just going to do that anyway. It just so happens that she's going to be able to get rid of all this influence and go here next turn to dislodge this plot, right? It looks like nothing will keep her from being able to do that. So, but the problem is this is actually a perilous location now for her. What is her? Wisdom is 2, right? She only, yeah, okay. So anyway, before anything else, I get to take some peril cards and see what happens here. And she's obviously in Rohan. Not Gundabad, nope. Any location, good. Grey Mountains or Udor, nope. Alright, so we're going to do this one. This is the Ilmet Company. Yep, we had this one before. Fire and meat, blah, blah, blah. Choose to either lose 2 favor or have sour and draw 2 corruption cards and choose 1 for the hero to receive and discard the other. Okay, so that's interesting. Now, lose 2 favor. Now remember, if she gained this favor, it wouldn't have been such a big deal. But losing 2 favor is kind of a big deal if she wants to get rid of these plots, right? Because 1, she's thinking next turn she'll definitely get rid of that plot, which is a 5 for number 2. They're both number 5s, right? Which will take away 5, and she'll have only 4 left, which wouldn't be enough to dislodge that plot anyway. But if she gets 1 on her next turn, then it would be lose 2 favor, so draw 2 corruption, choose 1 for the hero to receive, discard, and she has no corruption right now. So she might actually, Although she thinks she'll probably be able to trade. Well, maybe not. She knows that Eleanor's in a bad situation right here. I think that's going to be another die roll. Probably the losing favor is not such a good idea right now. I mean, she could easily get rid of both these plots. She picks a dark path, right? Is that right? She needs 10. 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Lose 2 favor after round, draw 2 corruption cards, choose 1 for the hero I receive, and discard the other. I know the last corruption card was pretty bad though, so I'm probably going to give that a 50-50 chance. So 1 to 3 is the lose 2 favor. Let's see what she does. Yeah. So she's going to lose 2 favor. Yeah, that's no big deal. All right, so now you're going to see the hero rally step, which actually is pretty serious. This has serious implications. So this one, what happens now is all the influence in the spot where these folks are gets removed. So Gap of Rohan gets removed, okay? Now, that means that any chain that has more than 1 on it will get removed and go back down to 1. So I believe that Gap of Rohan being, yeah, because there's no connection here. Yeah, so that brings this one and the Shire down to 1. And then now she actually, I think probably the same thing would have happened here because she takes all this away. And that means that that's very bad for me because I think that takes this one away. Wait, actually Dol Guldur. Dol Guldur has 3 in it. And that might still be connected, is it? Let's see here. Go here, then there, there. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Goes here, there, to that one, to that one, to that one. Actually, that's still connected to Dol Guldur, so that has to have just only 3 on it. Okay. And where else do I have more than 1? Here. Is that connected to Dol Guldur? Boop, 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 it is. But notice it has more than 3. And that's not connected to Barad-dûr anymore, so that has to go down to 3. Oops. And I think that's it. Yeah. So that's Hero Rally. So now we do the story step once again. And now you'll notice that Hunt for the Ring goes ahead 2 and Corruption goes ahead 4. So Hunt for the Ring 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And look at these guys. Woo, we're almost in the third era, third age. That's not accurate. Okay. So plot step. Now, unfortunately, I can't put this plot down because I have too many plots out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually remove this plot right here. I can do that. I can remove plots. Big Daddy can do that. So this plot goes away. And then, yeah. And then we, now we're going to do an event. We're still in, what do they call that? Stage 2. So let's see what happens. We use the lowest number. And here's a 2. Okay. Now that has to be, that's just got to be bad. The glades of Orthanc darken. Yeah, that sounds bad. As they rode out from the shadow of the hills and looked west to the Gap of Rohan, the sky was still red, and a burning light was under the floating clouds. 2 towers. Affects the Gap of Rohan. After the hero explores here, discard this card. While in play, advance the red story marker 1 space on the... Really? Seriously? The red marker. Come on. Why could that not have been the black or the yellow marker? Seriously? That sucks. Alright, well, this goes away. And what is this effect? Gap of Rohan, which is right here. That's right where she is. Interesting. Okay. She'll be able to dislodge that, no problem. After a hero explores here, discard this card. While in play, advance the red story marker 1 space on the story card restore step. Wow, that just does not help me at all. Saruman and Isengard. Ugh. Saruman. Is this Isengard? Yes. Oh good, they get to get all kinds of shit after they dislodge that card, that plot. And Favor and Northern Waste. Wow. That blue. That is a bummer. Northern Wastes. That is the most northern part on the board. Alright. Well, that was unfortunate for me. So, yeah, it's going to be hard for me to remember that, actually, that story step goes up. I should probably... I'm going to put this red one here just to remind me that as long as that's there. Which they have to explore there, actually, so... whatever. Okay. I'm not going to complain about it, folks. You know what? It's all good. Okay. You know, I forgot something, actually, just recently when I played the Black Breath on Eleanor. I forgot that she has Greedy. So these are very important to keep taking a look at. When Sauron plays a shadow card on your turn, he may then draw a new shadow card. So I'm going to do that now. They are terrible. Those are the Fell Beasts. Play during your action step. Choose a minion that is on the game board, or one that has been defeated. Remove all damage token from that minion and place it on any location that contains influence. Wow. That's amazing. So, I think my major move is going to be to try to protect these plots as best as I can. I think this plot's kind of ruined already because, I mean, geez, she's right there. I don't think there's really much I could do. I could move that monster over into that area. But see, the problem is that monster, which is a Horn, the characters don't know that that's what that is, but that's a pretty cool monster. But the Behemoth deck doesn't tend to run other decks out, so I think without a doubt, even if I put that monster there, that Barivore with her full entire deck, and she'll have a deck of cards of 6, will be able to do that. But if I use Peril, there's a possibility at least that the turn will end right there. So I don't know. And then that Horn is pretty good, has some pretty good stopping power right there anyway. So okay, I think what I'm going to do is, first off, I should probably make these, I want to make these areas more perilous. Yes, I suppose that's a good idea. Or do I want to take some shadow cards? They could be very devastating right now. I think I'm going to do that, actually. So first thing, I'm going to put this guy here, and I'm going to take 2 shadow cards and 2 plot cards. Oh, a red plot card, that's nice. So these are exactly ones I don't need. Very cool. These don't, you know what, honestly at this point in the game they don't even matter really. I mean, I guess since that's just 3 ahead. Oh, I wonder if I forgot to put that ahead last time. I don't know. Keep that one. This is what's really important here. Shire Baggins. And an Evil Fog, which is 1. I'm guessing that doesn't do much. Let's see. Look at this artwork though, seriously. I am just going to keep harping on that artwork. Look at that. That is just awesome. Play during your action step, choose a hero. You may move him to an adjacent location. He must then discard 1 random card from his hand for each corruption card on him. Wow, you know, that's actually pretty amazing. It's only 1. Move into an adjacent location. Wow, right on top of a minion maybe? Play on your action step. That's awesome. It's pretty cool. It only costs 1. But then again, your action step, I was going to do this one. Here I must then discard 1 random card from his hand. This one might even be better. That is better. That's pretty good. Let's see what this one is.
Shire Baggins, play during extra step. Place 1 influence in the shadow pool, which, if able, maybe it should say, and 1 influence in the Shire. I mean, that's kind of cool, but again, so easy for them to, I mean, I just can't imagine them not being able to break any chain that goes all the way from, you know, Barad-dûr all the way, and you have to have 6 in the Shire. That's really difficult. I mean, at any time during these other turns of the game, they could just go right here and knock those chains out back to 1, you know? And the way that it goes is I won't have they'll have the last chance to do that. I will not. That's how the turns go. Then if you have at least 3 influence or a minion in the Shire, advance the yellow story marker 2 spaces. Wow. I am just full of bad luck here. Seriously. The yellow one? Ah. Yeah, that would have helped me. Alright, whatever. And then my next move is to command 3. First off, I'm going to move... I'm going to move the Black Serpent over to Helm's Deep. So what that does is it kind of, if there's nobody there, or if I just put a monster there or something like that, it's going to be very easy for Barivor just to go boop and dislodge this plot right here, right? All she would need is a sun and a mountain. So that one there, so that will make her, I think, I mean, if she has any sense, she'd probably go here to dislodge this plot, because that's just peril right there. This one, she could actually get defeated. Although she probably wouldn't get defeated. She definitely will get defeated, actually. But unless you defeat that creature on your travel step, your turn would end. So that would be a bad idea. This, at least she has a chance. The peril, most of the time, doesn't end your turn. And a lot of times it does absolutely nothing. If it is even, we get one that's in the right location. So that's an interesting idea, right? Because then I could actually put a monster there. I can't get a minion there unless I use They Are Terrible, which can put a minion anywhere where there's influence, but that is going to have to be how I get my my mission done, because I have to get this gentleman all the way to the Shire again. So I think I need to save that and just try to protect these plots. So that's one movement right there. Then I'm going to move this gentleman, the mouth, into Nindalf, and that's to protect this plot, right? I need to kind of protect all the entrances to this plot from mostly Barivor coming over. Bang, 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 because that's going to be in Minas Tirith if I can get it down. So that's 2. And for my third one, see, I'm planning on moving her actually into Barad-dûr, so I think he's actually good right there. Protecting her from coming out. So, geez, I mean, Barivor would now have to get through this guy to get to here, or if he goes up, he can talk to Saruman. Sauron discards 2 random shadow cards. What? Oh my god, that could be extremely devastating to me. Oh man, that's really bad. That's extremely bad. Man, there's nothing else I could do there. I cannot get a minion there in time. Unless They Are Terrible comes into play. But that might keep me from being able to actually win the game. Oh my god. Man. Well, I do have a lot of crappy ones in here. Jeez. Oh my gosh, that's really bad. Well, this kind of changes things. I didn't realize that, because I'm holding on to this card, but if I have to discard 2 random cards, I might have to get rid of that card anyway. Oh geez, that totally changes things. But if I played this during my action step, then I can't play that during my action step. Ah! Oh my god, this game is so difficult. Alright, we're going to leave it up to chance then. Yeah. I don't know, maybe I should just use it right now and plop freaking Gothmog up into that piece. Because it heals him too. Oh my god, that might be my best bet. Because I might have to randomly get rid of that anyway. Oh my god, what do I do, folks? See, my plan was, though, to take an evil fog that makes her get lost and go right back up into there, into Barad-dûr, which means that that would be awesome because she'd be back there. And then she'd have to move out of there and fight this guy again, which would be really bad. And it also makes her get rid of cards for each corruption on her, so that would be just awesome. But now I'm thinking maybe I better play They Are Terrible to get a minion there. But would Gothmog be able to save us? If Gothmog was in here, Barivor will, at the time when she moves, have 6 cards. Oh, geez. She might be able to defeat him, actually. Maybe not. Oh, that's Saruman. Damn, before he turned evil, he's pretty bad. I mean, the thing is, too, even if I put Gothmog there and he gets defeated, blah, 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 or he defeats the character, whatever, they'll probably still end up being able to get with Saruman at some point. So, I don't know. Maybe we'll, like I said, we're just going to leave it up to fate to see what happens there. Okay, so I moved him out there. What was that? Was that 1? Yeah. No, that was 2. I also moved the mouth here into Nindalf to protect that. And let's see. So here she comes here, peril. And then she has to come here to Fanghorn Forest. What madness would drive her in there? And there's a pretty powerful monster right there. Then she would have to come here and then there. Boy, I think I might put a monster there. Yeah, because I can't get a minion there anyway. So I think that's a good idea. I really need to protect these plots, like big time. So for my third move, I think I'm going to try and put a creature in there. Well, I hate doing this because it's so freaking random. And I'm going to look at it. And I'm not going to tell you guys what it is, just for fun. All right. So those were 3 moves that I made there. So now I am going to play an Evil Fog. Play during your action step. Choose a hero. You may move into an adjacent location. Must then discard 1 random card for each from his hand for each corruption card on him or her. Actually, why doesn't it say him or her? So that is going to choose a hero. Oh, that's really actually cool because I'm going to choose Eleanor, which then, because of her greediness of Eleanor, she is so greedy. Look at her, how greedy she is. When you play a shadow card on your turn. Oh, no, that's not on her turn. Okay. I was going to say I could pull another one. All right, that was on my turn. So, I'm actually going to take her and stick her right back up in Barad-dûr because she got lost because there was an evil fog. See? And then she has to get rid of a random card. Now, I didn't know, of course, that she had retreat. But just to let you folks in on a secret that I would not really know in the game, I hope she gets rid of that one. I hope she has to toss that one because she only has to toss 4, actually, randomly. So let's see. I'm gonna shuffle these up. All right, getting rid of 4. Volley. I don't care. Retreat. Nice. There it is, folks. Bam. Charge and rest. Of course, she could just pick another one out of there. All right, cool. So, all right, now we're going to go on. That was my step. Now we're going to go on to the hero draw and rest step. Guess what, folks? Yep, she drew another retreat card. Right there. Damn it. Seriously, do you believe my luck with this shit? I can't believe it. She drew another freaking retreat card. Right when I had her get rid of it. Randomly. The good luck followed by the bad luck. Anyway, yeah, so does she want to rest, though? I don't know. She doesn't really need to rest, I don't think. She's got quite a lot of cards in her hand. Yeah. Oh, I forgot. She can't rest. That's right. She's in a. It's a good thing I stuck her in here. She cannot rest because she's in a shadow stronghold. So she is just going to try and get the hell out of here. I mean, she has to, and she has this freaking retreat, so she has like no problems. But I think what I'm going to do is play a shadow card on her at this point. So it's going to be, yeah, this is the Creatures of the Wild. Remember, I'm playing this on her turn, so I get to pick another one, which is absolutely great. A hero must so she can't. So you might say, well, she should get rid of that, but she can't because she can't rest because I stuck her into the Shadow Stronghold. So combat a giant spider. If the hero has at least two corruption cards, which she does, she instead must combat a cave troll. They have a cave troll. The hero skips the ambush step. Yeah. All right. So we're gonna get a cave troll out of here, and she's probably just gonna sidestep the cave troll anyway. So if you don't take damage this turn. Yeah. And I don't know that she has that, remember, so I'm going to play the cave troll, pretending that I don't know that. But she will definitely be able to defeat this cave troll. When you play a ranged card, your opponent's melee card is canceled. Well, retreat is not melee. Ah! Once again. Crappy luck, man. Alright, whatever. This guy uses the Behemoth deck. Strength of 8. Is the Behemoth deck? Yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna... Oh wait, no, Fortitude of 8. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. Alright, I'll set up for this fight.